he talked about the CBA and the WNBA stars. Unrivaled may be unraveling right as we speak. These players think they have all this leverage because they got another league. But as long as you don't have the major players, the major superstars playing in Unrivaled, then who cares? Who cares about that league at all? The fact is, I mean, look, we can say a lot of things about Angel Reese, but she was far and away.
Look, the whole game is shifting. Paramount, a huge entertainment company, is trying to buy Warner Brothers Discovery. And this isn't just some big corporate deal. It's a direct threat to Unrivaled, the league everyone hoped would challenge the WNBA. The thing is, Paramount is all about a pro-American network vision, and Unrivaled has a lot of players who are known for being outspoken activists. Unrivaled's future, which WBD heavily invested in, is now totally up in the air. This could be catastrophic for stars like Angel Reese, who signed with them.
All right, we have the Unrivaled roster reveal. They just announced who's on what teams, who's in the player development pool. We have Indiana Fever members a part of this. They are in on it as well. We got to talk about these rosters. Are you even excited to watch them? I'm not super crazy about 3-on-3, but we are going to talk about this Unrivaled roster reveal. And we also have the GOAT, Caitlin Clark, bringing Lexi Hall and Sophie Cunningham along for the ride as golf caddies at her golf.
Turn
at all. The fact is, I mean, look, we can say a lot of things about Angel Reese, but she was far and away the attraction for Unrivaled and their fandom. She's not playing. And Sabrina Ionescu, not playing. Sophie Cunningham, who we know is sort of led this, we've watched it just in the last couple of weeks, this meteoric rise of popularity. The Sydney Sweeney and the NASCAR, and she's showing up. Good Morning America. She is.
And get this, Paramount's strategic move toward this America-centric network vision could not be more different from what Unrivaled is all about. This league is known for its outspoken activist players, right? That could clash hard with Paramount's new, more conservative business plan. This huge ideological gap means the new owners might just see Unrivaled as a bad fit, leading to them cutting ties quickly and harshly. Seriously, just the culture clash alone could be enough to end Unrivaled for good.
Where we will kick this off, and here you have it. The Unrivaled roster reveal. So for the Breeze, they are going with Paige Beckers, Rakia Jackson, Dominique Malonga, Ari McDonald, Kate Martin, and Cameron Brink. I think this team is going to be good. I like this team. I ain't going to lie. I like this team. Cameron Brink and Dominique Malonga. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Then on the Hive, we have Indiana Fever's own Kelsey Pistol Mitchell playing with Sonia Citron, Ezzy Magmagor, Natisha Heidemann, one half of the Stud Butts, Sanaya Rivers, and
Monique. This potential merger has already caused a ton of controversy, and it's not even done yet. The Writers Guild of America, the WGA, actually spoke out against Paramount's bid, calling it an absolute disaster for writers, for consumers, and for competition. Their strong words show how much concern there is in the entertainment industry about such a massive consolidation. This growing backlash means Paramount's acquisition might face more pushback than they thought, which just makes Unrivaled's already shaky situation even worse.
Meteoric rise of popularity. The Sydney Sweeney and the NASCAR, and she's showing up. Good Morning America. She is. Her WNBA stock is skyrocketed. From a celebrity standpoint, a name recognition standpoint, more people have found out who Sophie Cunningham is in the last 6 months. I mean, again, it's a face, it's a name that Unrivaled doesn't have. How about the MVP? Oh, Asia Wilson, the MVP 4 times. No.
forget about it.
Point guard for the Hive, because Kelsey Mitchell ain't trying to pass that thing. So when you sit trying out a point guard, y'all gonna have to figure that out. The Laces have Jackie Young, Brittany Sykes, Alyssa Thomas, Jordan Canada, Maddie Segrist, and Naz Hillman. So a solid team there for the Laces. Hootie Hoo, the Lunar Owls are going with Skylar Diggins, Marina Mabry, Nafisa Collier, Rachel Banham, Rebecca Allen, and Aaliyah Edwards. So a really, really good team there led by Skylar Diggins and Nafisa Collier. With the Mist, we're going to have Alicia Gray, Brianna Stewart.
Poor Unrivaled, their money situation was already super unstable thanks to some shockingly low viewership numbers. Reports say the league was only pulling in about 21,000 viewers on average. That's way below what they expected. To put that in perspective, even WWE NXT, which is like a developmental wrestling league, gets around 700,000 viewers. Those terrible ratings were already a huge warning sign for investors, showing that the product just wasn't grabbing an audience. Any new owner would definitely question if it's even worth keeping.
Oh, Asia Wilson, the MVP 4 times. No, forget about it. I mean, not only is she so uninvested in playing an Unrivaled, you see that Unrivaled stance on Caitlin Clark, Asia Wilson revealed. She hadn't even talked about it anymore. I mean, this was April 15, 2025. All right, Sabrina Ionescu right here. October 30th, among WNBA players not returning. Angel Reese won't play an Unrivaled.
Caitlin Clark. But here's the biggest problem for Unrivaled's credibility and market appeal. They don't have the WNBA's biggest stars. We're talking about Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Sabrina Ionescu, Asia Wilson, and Sophie Cunningham. These 5 are the undeniable draws of the league, and not a single one of them is playing for Unrivaled. This huge lack of star power means the league can't attract the massive audiences and media attention it needs to survive. That makes it a really tough sell to any network, let alone a new owner with a very specific vision.
Good team. Alicia Gray, Brianna Stewart, and Atlanta Smith. That's a good, that's gonna be, the Mist is gonna be the sneaky team. That's gonna be a sneaky team. With the Phantom, you got Kelsey Plum, Satu Sabali, Aaliyah Boston, Dana Evans, Tasha Cloud, and Kiki Area Finn. Phantom gonna be nice. Phantom gonna be nice. That's a nice team. With the champion Rose, they bring back Chelsea Gray and Lexi Hall, and then they add Kalia Copper, Azarae Stevens, who I love, Suge Sutton, and Shakira Austin. With the Vinyl, one half of the Stud Buds, Courtney Williams, Ryan Howard, De'Erica Hamby, Erica Wheeler,
Angel Reese, who everyone thought would be Unrivaled's main attraction and the key to its fan base, made a massive decision not to play. Her absence ripped a huge hole in the league's marketing and appeal. It deprived them of that crucial celebrity figure who could have created tons of buzz and viewership. Without Reese, the league just couldn't find anyone comparable to energize its fans, leaving a void that was impossible to fill.
Angel Reese won't play an Unrivaled. Caitlin Clark, we know this is the big one. And I tend to believe when they created this league, they thought they would get Caitlin Clark. And I just wonder if all these investors, let me just bring this up, that have sunk money into this league, oh, well, look how much investing money they've got. It's all great. But at some point, the television ratings have to be there and the money has to start coming back.
And get this, even 4-time MVP, Aja Wilson showed zero interest in playing for Unrivaled. The transcript notes she was completely uninvolved, even suggesting she didn't want to engage with anything related to the league. A strong rejection like that from one of the WNBA's absolute titans speaks volumes about Unrivaled's struggle to attract top-tier talent. Her refusal really highlights a deeper issue. The league simply wasn't a priority for the players who truly moved the needle.
Ryan Howard, De'Erica Hamby, Erica Wheeler, Ray Burrell, and Brittany Griner. And then in the development pool, you have HVL, Haley Van Lith, Isaiah James, Haley Jones, Emily Angsler, Leticia Amure, and Michaela Timpson Indiana Fever's own. So these players in the development pool, they will be in at Unrivaled in Miami the entire time. They will be getting training, all types of stuff. I think this could be good for Michaela Timpson. They'll be out there training, and if and when there are injuries, they will be.
Oh, beast. Millions of investor dollars have been poured into Unrivaled, with huge names like Giannis Antetokounmpo, Serena Williams, and Steph Curry backing the league. These high-profile investments made it seem strong, but without the television ratings and a clear path to actually make money, all that capital could just disappear. Investors expect returns, and if this new Paramount regime pulls the plug, all that money could become a major loss, sending shockwaves through the league's entire financial structure. All right.
And ratings have to be there, and the money has to start coming back towards investors. Otherwise, your business, generally speaking, would go out of business unless you're the WNBA and you can seep off the teat of the NBA for the last 27 years. Athletes: Giannis, Serena Williams, Steph Curry, Carmelo Anthony, Coco Gauff, Don Staley, Michael Phelps, Juju Watkins, Trae Young, John Skipper, formerly the leader of ESPN.
Gino, given all of Unrivaled's struggles, a bold prediction has come out. The league won't even make it to a third season. Without the critical star power of Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and other top WNBA players, Unrivaled is just considered commercially unsustainable. The new ownership at Paramount, who are focused on making money and aligning with their brand vision, just aren't likely to keep pouring money into a product with such low viewership and a completely conflicting ideology.
Preparation for when someone goes down, we are going to have some young players that we want to work with and develop that can step in if someone goes down. So if a Skylar Diggins were to go down, Lunar Owls can add a Haley Van Lith to the roster. Or if Aaliyah Boston was to go down, they have the option to grab a Haley Jones or a Michaela Timpson, and they're already there, ready to go. So that is the roster reveal. We got Paige Beckers playing with Kate Money Martin. Okay. Interesting stuff.
To be honest, in stark contrast to Unrivaled struggles, Caitlin Clark's star power just keeps skyrocketing. She's not just creating opportunities for herself, but for everyone around her. She recently brought her Indiana Fever teammates, Lexi Hull and Sophie Cunningham, to caddy for her at her Annika LPGA Pro-Am golf tournament. This move really shows Clark's ability to elevate her hers, giving them unprecedented exposure and a major spotlight. It's a huge difference from Unrivaled's inability to attract or keep top talent.
Athletes: Giannis, Serena Williams, Steph Curry, Carmelo Anthony, Coco Gauff, Don Staley, Michael Phelps, Juju Watkins, Trae Young, John Skipper, formerly the leader of ESPN, Gino Auriemma, and the media companies Warner Brothers Discovery. By the way, Paramount is in negotiations to buy Warner Brothers Discovery. Now, it's kind of funny because there was an article that came out about
Sophie Cunningham's newfound celebrity is a perfect example of this Caitlin Clark effect. While she's always been a talented player, her public profile just exploded after she started associating with Clark. Now she's on Good Morning America and getting major endorsement deals like with Arby's. This meteoric rise, completely fueled by being near Clark, proves Clark's unique gravitational pull in the sports world. It shows that being next to her can launch careers way more effectively than playing in a struggling league.
So here it says, 2 Fever teammates to caddy at the Annika Pro-Am, highlighted by Caitlin Clark's return. Caitlin Clark will again tee it up with Nelly Corda, joined this year by Fever teammates Lexi Hull and Sophie Cunningham as celebrity caddies. This is an article written by Scott Agnes. It says 1 year ago, IndyCar drivers Colton Herron and Marcus served as celebrity caddies at the Pro-Am. Caitlin Clark is already committed to playing for a second straight year, and this time she'll have 2 Indiana Fever teammates alongside her, Lexi Hall and Sophie Cunningham.
Clark consistent. Plus, she actively puts on for the homies, using her huge platform to help her teammates. Her decision to include Lexi Hull and Sophie Cunningham as celebrity caddies at the Annika Pro-Am is a clear sign of this strategy. She's not trying to dim their light. She's cranking up the intensity, giving them access and visibility they wouldn't get otherwise. This selfless leadership truly solidifies her position as a generational talent who uplifts the entire sport.
There was an article that came out about Paramount, if they buy Warner Brothers, that Paramount and the entire company is going to be shifting in a more America-centric, pro-America network trajectory. Let's just take a look at this. Look at that. Inside David Ellison's dramatic first 100 days at Paramount. There, you see that right there, daring anyone else to buy Warner Brothers Discovery. They're trying to buy Warner Brothers Discovery. Let's just go right back over here.
But here's the thing, the financial future for WNBA players is also on the line, with new media rights deals promising some significant raises. However, unrivaled players, especially those with strong activist stances, could face a really tough choice under Paramount's new ownership. If Paramount, after the acquisition, starts issuing memos demanding absolutely no activism on air, players will have to decide if their convictions align with their paychecks. This potential conflict could force a mass exodus of players from Unrivaled.
They attract the largest gallery on the courts for the second straight year. So Tres Leches will be... Look, this is what happens when you are next to Caitlin Clark. You get things... Oh, let me show this for y'all. This is what I meant to show y'all right here. This is what happens when you're next to Caitlin Clark. You get access to things that you normally wouldn't get access to. And I think that's obvious for everybody to see. When you're next to Caitlin Clark, it's gonna, instead of people looking at it like she's dimming everybody else, like she's turning up the lights on everybody else and making everybody else shine brighter.
The recent Unrivaled's roster reveal did show some established WNBA players like Skylar Diggins and Breanna Stewart. And along with some promising talents, teams like the Mist with Stewart, Alicia Gray, and Alana Smith look pretty solid. But even with these names, the overall roster just doesn't have that undeniable megawatt star power needed to generate mass appeal and truly compete with the WNBA for viewership. The league is trying to create excitement, but without those top 5 players, it's an uphill battle. Unrivaled also introduced a player development pool, housing promising young talent like Haley Van Lith and Nicole Caton. This initiative aims to fix the injury issues that plagued its first season, making sure there are replacements readily available. It's a practical move for operational efficiency, sure, but it also really highlights Unrivaled's struggle to attract primary WNBA talent, instead relying on developing future stars. It's a pragmatic solution, but one that truly underscores the league's fundamental weakness. The divergent paths couldn't be clearer, right? Unrivaled faces an existential threat from this corporate takeover and a huge clash of visions, potentially leaving its players, like Angel Reese, completely stranded. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark, who strategically avoided Unrivaled, just keeps ascending, pulling her teammates into the spotlight and cementing her unmatched influence. The future looks grim for Unrivaled, but for Clark and everyone connected to her, the sky's the limit. It really leaves you wondering if Angel Reese and others made the wrong bet.